just when I thought everything was getting good, man, and rap, this is what happens, man. You know, this is why I know this is exactly why a lot of people didn't have him as the top, like, for all these years. For stuff like this, you know, sometimes you can't just go and take the high road in situations. This is one of those situations. Yeah, man, so before we start this video, man, this video is gonna be about J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar for his 7-minute drill diss song on his EP, Might Delete Later. A lot of people were very pissed off, especially in the rap like community, like all the rappers that are like MCs for real, like the old heads mainly, even like the really just people who enjoy hip hop in general was upset about this. So last night, J. Cole was doing a concert or whatever, and I think it was his Dreamville festival or something like that. And he had a little moment where he shared on stage, you know, he talking to the fans. You know how he get, you know, he turned to Malcolm X. And he get to talking about how, you know, he came so far in his career, this past decade or whatever, he's been so happy. And now with this little diss song or whatever, he feel like it's disturbed his peace. So he want to apologize. And he said that Kendrick is one of the greatest rappers in our generation. Now, you can look at this hindsight 2020. One side you can look at it and say, okay, I kind of agree with what he's saying. You know, he taking this approach of, you know, everything been so peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to peace, and I want to, you know, keep riding this peaceful wave until the drop of my album, which I feel like is gonna be my best project. Been working on it for a long time. On the other side, you can look at it as well. You always talking about how you the best, this, that, and the third. You want the recognition. You want the best. This was the opportunity for that. This was the opportunity for him to prove that he was, quote unquote, the best rapper. And I feel like he didn't seize the opportunity. I mean, this was the opportunity where you be like, all right, man, fuck whoever on the other side. I'm the best, and I'm finna show y'all I'm the best. His diss song, too, was just like one of those things where he definitely, you could tell he wasn't fully committed. Like, he gave warning shots. But if somebody gonna come at you with a verse like Kendrick did, because that song went #1 instantly, like, still on replay. I replay it at least 10 times a day. Everybody's replaying that song at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the weight that Kendrick verse held on that song. And there's rumors that he already had diss songs ready. Now, they said it was for Drake. I don't know about J. Cole. I'm assuming Kendrick obviously had to have something ready for J. Cole too, because people say that, you know, Drake ain't gonna be able to respond. Woo. J. Cole really where it's at. So Kendrick, knowing J. Cole's ability to rap, I would feel like he would have had something ready for him too. But who knows? Who knows if we'll ever see it? Hopefully he do just go ahead and drop it, since he want to apologize. I feel like this is more ammo for Kendrick to go ahead and fire back at J. Cole again, just because you drop a diss song, but then you want to repent. And I seen something academics posted on Instagram. It was like a verse from the Heart of Five, the little freestyle that Kendrick did like a couple years back when he had the AI generated faces of Will Smith, Kobe, and all them. It was a verse basically how he was saying, like, don't diss and then want to pull back now. I know you want to pull back because I'm the best rapper alive. Something along those lines. Basically saying, like, don't diss me, and then right after you diss me, try to take it back and want to be kumbaya, because you know how bad it can get. And that's basically what he just did, which is crazy. That happened, like, that song came out like 2, 3 years ago, and it's coming into fruition now. So I definitely feel like this is a disappointing thing for J. Cole fans. You know, like I said, it's hindsight. You had a lot of people in the crowd who cheered loud as fuck when he said, you know, make some noise if you think Kendrick is like one of the best MCs of our generation, woo. And then everybody went crazy, like. But they all there for him. It's his festival, Dreamville Festival. They all there for J. Cole, but they did that. So this whole Big Three conversation, is really in question. Everybody's saying it's dead. Everybody putting Kendrick on top. I feel like he deserves it right now. You know, Drake is my guy. Drake has always been my guy. That's a known fact. He's just not coming with it. He's not coming with it how I would expect him to do. Being the talent level, I feel like for him too. One thing on Drake, I feel like he being complacent. Like, I feel like he being complacent in a sense to where he's like, all right, well, I didn't already accomplished everything. I'm at the top. I got all the streaming numbers. I got all the this, that, the third. Like, I feel like he already complacent in the sense of like, he's so cocky to the point to where it's nothing that they could say, like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm the best. The numbers proving it. That's what that is. I feel like when you somebody is of his stature, you gotta respond, especially when somebody is damn near could threaten being a better rapper than you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respond. But I feel like with him too, he's so versatile in the sense of where it's not just rap with Drake. And a lot of people forget to understand that. People bring up Ghostwriter, people bring up he's just a pop artist. Look at Drake's track record. He's been doing this since 08. 08, 09. He been on this run this whole time. Not just rap. He can sing. Every genre he can do. So it ain't just rap when it come to Drake. That's why I feel like too, he not really tripping on this rap thing, because we all know his pen is good, but he's so versatile in every other way, and he's number one in every other way. He can go number one in any genre. He's not worried about the rap sense, and that's what's so painful for people to really watch for real. Because when we saw early Drake, we knew he was singing too, but that's why everybody gravitated towards him, because he could rap so good, but he could sing. It was like he was like the reverse Chris Brown, a guy who could do everything, but he did it in the opposite way. Because Chris Brown initially came on singing and dancing, but then he would occasionally come on and rap too. You got Drake, he come out, he rapping heavy, but he's singing too. And a lot of people wasn't really like hip to that, especially from him being from Canada. And then not only him being from Canada, but Lil Wayne coming and recognizing you. And Lil Wayne was on a crazy run at that time, so it was the perfect situation for him, because you signed with Young Money, and now, you know what I'm saying, you on this high pedestal, you got all these lights and this attention on you. All you gotta do is perform, and Drake did that a lot. He gave us hit after hit, he gave us bar after bar, and you know, even still to this day, we still see the pen here and there he can bring. Ideally, everybody, like I said, would want Drake to respond, especially now that J. Cole then apologized and, you know what I'm saying, been the nice guy and all this shit. But I feel like definitely that Drake, it's his time to really just go ahead and dead everything, and because he been getting way too much slander and disrespect on his name lately. And I feel like people are more comfortable doing it because he ain't been giving us the typical music that we accustomed to. But at the same time, I was telling my brother this the other day, I'm like, you can't hold somebody like him that got so much talent and so much versatility into a box of, I want this, I miss the old Drake, I want this on the album. Because if you think about it, you look at people like Jay-Z. If Jay-Z was to drop an album right now and give you that same Jay-Z from 99 to the early 90s, early 2000s, ideally, how good is the album gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to have that much replay value, because not many people are going to be giving it the chance, because people don't want to hear the same things. Like, they will tell you that, but then will ask for it. You know what I'm saying? You can't never satisfy everybody. So I feel like if he was to just come and give us a Drake album, people wouldn't appreciate it as much. That's why he's always embracing the new artists and staying relevant. People will say, well, he just riding a new wave all the time, but then if you gotta look at it in the other sense of, if you was a young artist coming up and Drake was your favorite artist, wouldn't you want him to embrace you too? You wouldn't want him to be like, nah, that's trash. Just because Drake comes from an era where you had to sell physical copies of music for real. You had to, you know, really make hits for real to be relevant. He come from that era, so the fact that he even embracing people, like, I even see a lot of slander on Sexy Red, which is understandable. They like, he want to keep this hood narrative. Woo. If that was the case, then all he got to do is just, you know what I'm saying, flash the Lil Wayne connection or the Birdman connection, the whole YMCMB. Like, he already got that past in history. So a lot of people really just be talking for real. Like, how can you say he want to get this hood image from messing with Sexy Red? That don't really bring no hood image to him. That's just somebody, yeah, she hood, she ratchet, but she already lit right now anyway. And they genuinely cool. Now, get it, Drake gonna do the little light skin thing. He gonna buy her expensive AP. He gonna trick a little bit as a friend. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because he can. And I really feel like he really just be popping his shit doing that, because what other artist that's coming up right now that claim they be having all this money gonna do some shit like that for a friend that they can do? Like, he got so much money, he can play around with his money, and he putting it in everybody's face. Like, not only am I the best, I'm one of the richest too, and I'm doing stuff like this, and I'm not even thinking about spending 100, 200, however much $1,000s on a watch. I'm not even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Not many people can do that. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, right now this whole big three thing, it's all over the place just because people want certain stuff out of Drake, and I'm seeing a lot of people starting to turn on Drake. So I feel like whatever he dropped next is gonna be something crazy, just because I feel like this is the most hate that Drake has gotten in a long time, really since he dropped Take Care, and Take Care is his best album ever. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of hate for that album, and I feel like now like it's this some of the same stuff is going on, even with the whole Pusha T beef when he dropped that whole album after the fact of you know, Pusha T telling the whole world he had a kid. Like, he was getting a lot of slander and stuff like that, and that proved to be one of his most streamed albums to this day. So I just feel like this is gonna be his next album is gonna be crazy in the sense of we're gonna get some good music, because it's gonna be a little bit more stuff to talk about, a little bit more stuff for him to kind of pop his shit and kind of really, you know, get some stuff out. So yeah, man, J. Cole went outside, bro. Went outside. Like I said, you can look at it in hindsight, 2020. You can say, well, you know what I'm saying, I can see where you're coming from. Then again, you could take the side of where you pissed off because it's just like, damn, you kind of wanted this for music, especially right now, because the music is like so trash right now. Like, I wouldn't say it's trash, but it ain't. I feel like everybody is having a hard time making the shift to what music is actually becoming. Like, music don't got the same sound that it did in the early 2000s and the 2010s. Like, now it's starting to shift to like a more EDM, like EDM rage mix. Like, it ain't really like hip hop ain't hip hop for real no more. It's a different wave. You know what I'm saying? The whole like Boss Man D-Lo too. I'm surprised he's having the success that he's having, because it's just like, well, he rapping about getting money, but like he rapping about street shit too. And you look at Lil Baby, like a lot of people didn't start messing with Lil Baby just because like they say his sound is the same. He tried to try something new and people weren't messing with it. You know, people just try to keep you in a box or something. So I feel like shit, if you can find some way to keep being on top and be successful, why not do it? And it's only making him richer for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? When you got mouths to feed, you're gonna do what it's gonna take. So I definitely feel like, yeah, the music is just hard for people to get adjusted to, and you know, you just kind of gotta have a taste for music, or a sense of music, a good ear for music, I would say, to be able to understand, like, you know what I'm saying, the music is not the same, the times are changing. This is what music is now. You're gonna either like it or you can just listen to the old shit. It's not like the old music that you're accustomed to listen to is, you can't listen to it no more. It's still out there. Just go listen to that. But you know what I'm saying? I couldn't agree though that a lot of the music is just be like the same stuff. We all listen to the same stuff just from different artists. So you know, that's why it'd be good to hear something different. Like, I like artists like Drake who's versatile and can drop different stuff. And I like artists like Young Thug who can make, you know what I'm saying, sound different. Lil Yachty, the whole Concrete. Like, I listen to different types of music just because I like different types of sound. I'm not gonna listen to trap music all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate when niggas be like, oh, Drake soft, he light skinned, you listen to that nigga, like, and you ain't just the toughest nigga all day. Like, you listening to all this trap street music all day, you ain't got no substance in your fucking rotation. You act like you wake up and drink oil and eat nails for breakfast. Like, you ain't living like that 24/7 all day. And if you is, you got a problem. Like, listening to YoungBoy 24/7, I can't. Like, I don't remember the last time I listened to YoungBoy. Like, in YoungBoy, I got a whole YoungBoy playlist, but I ain't listening to YoungBoy in so long just because it's just like, he dropped so much music and he saying the same shit just in different beats. Like, I can't listen to that shit all day. It's cool to listen to every now and then, but I just can't listen to that shit all day. So, yeah, man. I got off topic again, but let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. I feel like J. Cole did what's best for him. Now, do I think he will retaliate if Kendrick come back with another diss? Most definitely, because he's not just gonna lay down and you know what I'm saying, just let a nigga walk all over him. I definitely don't see him doing that. But I just feel like he putting the emphasis on focusing on this album, which I feel like he should, because for a long time, I never gave J. Cole his respect, even though he really deserved it, just because his albums don't never really have a lot of replay value in the sense of songs that are like hits. I don't feel like J. Cole, and a lot of people are gonna disagree with me for this, but I feel like J. Cole, he can give you a hit, but he's so strong of a lyricist that, you know, he's not giving you those Forest Hill Drive hits no more when he was hungry, really trying to get on the scene. Now that he's on the scene, he's really trying to display his rap level like his lyricism, in the sense of wanting to be that #1 lyricist, that #1 rapper. And I feel like that's what he's more focused on. That's where his heart is at for real. I feel like he could definitely give you hits, but his beats and his songs aren't those type of songs that are gonna have replay value in the car if you on aux. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna have those songs. Now you can definitely put some J. Cole on aux for real, because he gonna be rapping. Like, he gonna rap his ass off every single time. Like this little EP he dropped, it was a very good EP, but I just don't see a lot of those songs having a lot of replay value. I've been listening to the Concrete album on repeat more than I've listened to the J. Cole album or the little EP he just dropped. I've only listened to that EP like twice all the way through, and I haven't listened to it again. But the whole Concrete album, that shit been on replay since it's dropped. The night before, it's been on replay. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just going to say of like the replay value of his songs. Like, he make good music, but I feel like only his core fan base will probably have him in rotation. The people that appreciate lyricism is gonna have him in rotation. You got to think about the whole game of how it is now. Like, everybody don't just want to hear lyricism all the time. People want to hear a catchy beat, a song that's like a summer type song. You know, it's gonna be summertime. He ain't dropped no summertime music on that EP. He just dropped straight bars, and that's fine and all, but people not fucking with that. And you could argue too that he did that for the whole Big 3 situation that's going on right now. But ideally, if summertime coming up, people want to hear summertime music. Now, going on to Drake, he's still the top for me right now. But you know what I'm saying? Kendrick slowly going into that #1 spot. J. Cole, I was just telling somebody that you was finna take the #1 spot, but you didn't slip down to 3rd, my boy. You didn't slip down to 3rd. Kendrick is at #2. A lot of people saying Kendrick #1 now. A lot of people still gonna get on me for saying Drake is #1. You can't. There's nothing you can do to convince me that Drake is not #1. That's facts. That's not dick riding. That's just facts. The longevity, the numbers, the relatability to the songs. Let's start there. Everybody can relate to a whole Drake album down there. Of any body of work, like his old shit. We ain't gonna talk about his recent shit. What solidifies you as the GOAT is what you've done all the way up until this point. He's already been the GOAT. He's proven himself a long time ago. So all that he not #1 shit, that's bullshit, and people know it. No, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Kendrick #1. How many of y'all listen to Kendrick on a daily? How many? I guarantee you hear more Drake than you do Kendrick. And it ain't by accident. You know what I'm saying? So like, niggas is not just listening to Drake just because it's Drake. Niggas is listening to Drake because he's consistently making the best music. And that's facts. You give me Kendrick's hardest bar in the last, since that feature on the album. You give me his hardest bar off the top of your head. You can't. Drake was speaking this shit into existence a long time ago. He said we'll see who'll be around for a decade from now. A long time ago. He's still around. He's still #1. He's been speaking shit into existence. He been speaking on different type of situations. You got the R&B, you got the pop, all that shit. He's #1. You can't tell me he's not #1. You know what I'm saying? If you really like music for real, you can't tell me he's not #1. And if you say he's not #1, you just dick eating. That's dick eating, saying he's not #1, matter of fact. So, yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video, man. Like I say, I'm disappointed in J. Cole. Hopefully, if Kendrick come back with another diss, then he responds, because if he don't, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for all the J. Cole fans. You know, but in hindsight, I feel like that'd be a good thing, because for the Drake people, you know what I'm saying, that's riding with Drake, it'd be a good little thing for J. Cole to get that slander in it, you know what I'm saying, take some of the pressure off him. But, and again, it wouldn't be, because they kind of tied together since they clicked up now, so whatever is bad is on him is on Drake. So, I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing, but, yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about the whole situation. Let me know what y'all think about J. Cole's little EP. I'm hoping that we get another album from Drake for this summer, because it's summertime. That's when he's, you know, known to want to drop music. Except for lately, he been dropping like in October and, you know, weird times. Now he dropped when he dropped, what was that? Her Loss, or not Her Loss, Certified Lover Boy. That was like a weird time. Then Her Loss, I think Her Loss is in like October or something. So he been dropping more towards his birthday month recently. So we're gonna see, man, about him. Kendrick, I don't know if he's coming with another project, but I feel like his next project is gonna be more heavily like a real project, like a, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly type, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I feel like it's gonna be a damn type album just because he went MIA for what, 4 or 5 years, came back, dropped a therapeutic type of album where he's talking about, you know, healing and dealing with all this other stuff. So now it's time for him to get back into his bag of dropping a complete project. You know what I'm saying? And I need him to give some type of motivation to the top dog right now, because the top dog is really just having fun at this point at the top, just doing whatever. We need him to bring the best out of the best. And I feel like Kendrick is the only one that's gonna do that right now, because J. Cole and Drake, they didn't clicked up. Drake ain't even, you know what I'm saying? He making some good music or whatever, but he ain't making the music that's on his type of stature. So I feel like Kendrick, if he drop a complete album and it go crazy and people start talking more, then Drake could really lock in for real and get back to his real self, or really even just take it more serious, because I feel like he ain't never left himself. He just kind of doing whatever just cause he can. Like it ain't no threat to him being #1, so he's just doing whatever he can. And I mean, it can get like that. He been at the top for 15 years. 15 years of dominance, he said. He said it start to get, it even gets kinky at sometimes. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all like about this video, man. Or let me know if y'all enjoyed the video, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. We finally hit 200 subscribers, so I appreciate everybody who been watching, man. I appreciate everybody just even supporting. Like I said, it's free to tap the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? It's free to leave a like. All the support is free, and it's always appreciated. So like I said, appreciate y'all for watching, man. It's been your boy. I'm gone.